she? Who is she? Who is she? Where did you find her?
I heard actually mixed reviews on Joleen.
Oh, Joleen was excellent. What are they saying?
Thank you.
You know?
You're welcome.
In every generation there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
What's the matter with you people? You're sad that people are mean? Well, I'm sorry. The world isn't one big liberal arts college campus. We eat too much. We take our spoiled lives for granted. Feel a little bad about it sometimes. No. You want to put all your shit up on the internet and have every single person say, hooray for you. You. You're all pricks.
Toxic people are trying to get things. They're not being toxic for no reason. They're gaining something out of how they operate. That's why they operate like that, because they get something. As soon as you find that out, you'll be able to cut off what they're getting, and they will leave. Yeah.
Before I get too many followers, I just want you to know you're not gonna like it here. No. No, you might not stay around for long. And I know it. This could be your purgatory on Earth.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want. Your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Happy Tuesday, you guys. Welcome back to No Offense, All Offense with me, stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture, Joleen Lunzer, so we can roast and react to some things that are spiking our dopamine, whether it be pop culture news, reality television, true crime, things we love to hate, things we hate to love. All right. We are just giving our uncensored opinion and trying to have a little jokey jokes. All right. Have a good time. So say hi to your neighbor in the chat, smash that like, hit that subscribe. If you want to support the channel further, you know the drill. You can send a super chat on YouTube like Bloom Flower Bar did here. Thank you so much, Bloom Flower Bar, for the first super chat of the live, saying hope your anniversary was. It is. And it was like it is, because we're going to get Manny and Petty's together later and probably getting a bite to eat again. So we extended it into today as well. So it's thank you for saying that. And it has been. It's been so nice. And to get to spend time with Hype Man husband Chella. So thank you for the super chat. You could also join my membership here on YouTube. There's a link in the description if you're interested. You get some perks. You get emojis. I got a few new custom emojis coming your way. We have members only lives, things like that. I also have a Patreon if you're interested. And that link is in the description. You can basically choose if you want Patreon or YouTube membership. So there's really not too much difference between the two, other than on Patreon, unfortunately, you don't get the custom emojis and all that stuff here on YouTube, because YouTube hasn't incorporated that from Patreon. And I doubt they ever will. You can also hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. If you're interested, you don't have to do any of those things. You can just sit back, relax, watch the show. And of course, I wore my snuggly little jacket shirt, kind of like what Dr. John was wearing yesterday when we were roasting up that live. And now I'm having a hot flash. So good times, you guys. I got to turn my fan on. Oh my goodness. I hope all of you are well and having a great day. Hopefully you have a delicious beverage. I have multiple beverages here today because, you know, a neurodivergent girl loves options on the beverages. All right. Thank you, Cheryl, for the super chat. Thank you for the $4.99. And Pamela, son of a bat, so good to see you. Thank you for the $1.99. I've missed you, Jolene. We've missed you too. I saw they posted a new one. I haven't watched it yet. I'll take a look at it and see if it's something we want to roast and react to. But I do have some things I want to talk about today. We have to finish what we were talking about yesterday. And then I went back to like the beginning of their video to see, you know, am I being fair? Did they add a little something? And I will say the beginning of the video I'm going to show you has much more media in it. So way to go, Grayson. I still think the editing, she gave up halfway through the video. Okay. That's just my opinion. Remember, I'm very opinionated, but you don't have to have the same opinion. You're welcome to sound off in the live chat or the comment section, and we can respectfully agree to disagree.
That's my opinion!
Lately, some hidden gems have found my comment section and they like all caps. All right. And I'm just like, why are you yelling at me? Why are you yelling at me? You can tell me all those same things, that I'm jealous of Lauren and I'm a horrible woman and I need to get some real content in lowercase, or, you know, the appropriate capitalize the first letter at the beginning of a sentence. We don't have to yell, ladies. Come on, Joms. Come on, Joms. Let's be friends, Joms. Joms, let's be friends. I just want to be your friend.
Allegedly.
All right. Also, everything I say today is true except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged and 100% for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a Princeton, USD, USC psychologist or a chocolate bacon journalist. I'm just a silly comedian.
Allegedly.
Okay? So we're going in with the allegedly. But come on, Joms. Be our friends, Joms. Be our friends, Joms. There's no reason to fight comedy, Joms. Come on, Joms. Let's go. Swanee, thank you for the $9.99. Yes, thank you. I also found some more comments. I think either Gray Bay is, you know, just taking little nappies. But I did find that there were some more comments that got through under the actual video that they hadn't yet deleted, or maybe they won't delete. Maybe they're going to keep a little bit of criticism under their video. They don't have to, but maybe they are. I don't know. But what we watched yesterday in their the hidden true crime saga and their latest video in what I like to call exploiting and drawing out the Rob Reiner and Nick Reiner arrest and Rob Reiner murder, they were deleting a lot of comments there. So, yeah. Michelle's 3 boys, thank you for the super chat. Says, Gray Bay fell asleep. No way I could watch them without you, Jolene. Thank you, Michelle. That's so sweet of you. Okay, so I have something I'm just uploading to my channel that will go over shortly as we finish up on this stuff. I want to show you some of the comments that I saw. Okay, let's just say HTC Las be France. That's what I'll name this one. Let's be France. Let's be France. They don't gotta hate. Okay? We don't gotta hate. We can appreciate and laugh. And this time I did not, in the video we'll watch later, I did not make Lauren's head larger using a little filter because it really confused people. I'm probably gonna do it again in the future because I really love that little filter. And I think it allows us to see all of Lauren's expressions during the video. And I like that option. But I looked back and there was a lot of people like, what the hell happened to her head? Oh my God.
It's not enough.
They were very worried. And I was like, oh, shoot. I know people come in at different times during the live, so I can explain it in the beginning. But then people come in later like, am I seeing this? Am I tripping out, man? I don't know if everyone took their edibles right before they came in or what, but people were real. I felt bad that everyone was like, am I the only one seeing this? I'm like, oh shit. I am causing a lot of anxiety, unnecessary anxiety for you guys. So maybe I need like a scrolling bottom that's like, this video has been edited with funny filters for fun. It's just easier to digest people that take themselves too seriously and want mothers to go to jail for no reason other than having an opinion on TikTok. When you put funny filters on them, you guys. Okay, let me send some of these comments over to myself. Smash that like if you haven't already. Yesterday we hit like 1,200 likes, and I think it keeps going. So thank you so much, and please, please, please keep liking. It helps me so much in the algorithm. And I appreciate it. All right, let's see. Boom. All right, hopefully these are... Now, I don't know if these have since been deleted, but there are some little bit of criticism going on, which every video is going to get criticism. It's okay. You know, you think everyone who comes over here likes it? They're like, what? Is this chick okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not.
Jesus is just alright with me. Jesus is just alright. Oh yeah.
Okay, but Jesus is okay with me. So no, I don't know. I haven't talked to the guy. I'm not sure. I assume I'm not on the naughty list, but you know, one never knows. Cannabis and coffee. Yes, do the damn thing. You loved? Okay. Here for it says, I loved the big bubblehead effect. All right. It did scare. I felt bad. Because, I can't reply to everyone in the chat, obviously. So all these people are asking. I appreciate the people in the comments in the live chat yesterday who were like, it's a filter. She put out a filter. She did a filter. But then I felt like I was giving them a lot of work. So next time I got to find a better way to indicate this is a filter on this video. Okay. Molly, are you a recovering gem? Oh my God. Thank you, M Space Bird. I'm not worthy. Thank you so much for your kind words. Okay. Let's take a look at some of the comments that ended up on that video that we almost got partway through yesterday, which was the video where John and Lauren said that they were going to a Princeton psychologist, where we've come to find out he is in fact not really he doesn't have his PhD from Princeton. You guys said it's from USC. So that's misleading, right? I don't think that's not the coolest thing to do. Let me see if they've changed the title of their video here. Again, you guys, we're having some fun. We're having some fun, Joms. Joms. There's no reason to yell, Joms. Come on, Joms. Let's be friends. I want to be friends with the Joms. Okay, hidden true crime. All right, let's see. No, it's still the same. Schizophrenia, addict, or psychopathy. Princeton psychologist breaks down why Nick Reiner murdered. But they didn't at all break down why he did it, nor can they, because the guy hasn't even pled yet. Nick Reiner hasn't even pled. He had the trial hasn't started. We don't know enough. But they told us a Princeton psychologist, either that would lead me to believe. Tell me if I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, I'll take it. Okay, if I'm wrong, if you're like, Jillian, that's too nitpicky, tell me. For real. I'll be like, okay, all right, you got it. When you say Princeton psychologist, I think you were a psychologist at Princeton, or you were Princeton educated to become a psychologist. Like you received your doctorate at Princeton. That's how I take it. But feel free. M says, great journalist. Yeah, right. And not even, and that's an excellent point. Aland, yeah. Great journalist claiming, like, not even alleged murder. Like, there's no allegedly. It's like, why Nick Reiner murdered? What? That's like journalism 101. Okay. Yes, the members only. A lot of them are accessible for both tiers. We do have some that are only accessible for the highest tier. But if I could change it and just have one tier, I would have, you guys. These YouTube memberships are something, But the higher one does have some night pants with Nana and things that other tiers don't have, or previous lives, I should say. So thank you for the question. Silly Goose says you're not wrong. He's going to read us again, which he didn't either. Yeah, no one knows. Nick might not know. Great point, Dominique. I mean, that just feels like you guys are real rational thinkers. Thank you, Sunny Days, for the 5. Says, I love the big head filter, especially how small John looked next to Lauren. Yeah. He looks so small. He like they did a little teeny beanie. Happy Go Ducky, I am, says clickbait. X-Gem forever. Oh, damn. Changed your name and everything. Says, I was a watching only gem. No shmoney. Michelle says, all speculation. Yeah, it really feels like they're using this Princeton education that I would assume happened with the doctorate in order for him to practice, or the higher degree that he uses to practice as a psychologist. I would assume then that happened at Princeton, or he practices at Princeton, which I don't think either of those things are true. Yes, Michelle, all speculation. That, you know what? Why am I even looking for proof from this channel? Why am I still hoping? SC Girl 203, I think you just got me back down to reality. Well, she did a 9-hour live about being stalked and gave no evidence of a stalker, but she did lie a lot. That was fun. That was fun for no one. Okay. Yes. Okay. Mellow Yellow, same, says, I immediately thought it was a Princeton doctorate. All right. We got a lot of see, Joms, we can be friends. A lot of recovering Joms. No magnifying glass today. I was worried that it was just going to throw people off. In the future, we'll do it. And now that maybe people know I do that, they'll go, oh, that's Joleen with her weird filters. She's such a weirdo. Thank you, Mom Interrupted, for the $9.99. Says they're using Princeton Psychologist now because they can't say forensic psychologist. Oh, shit. I think, did you mention that yesterday too? I forgot. Keep reminding me of that because that's an important point. Say forensic psychologist anymore now that we're on to them. Yes. Because before it was all forensic. And now it's Princeton. But that too is not necessarily the truth. Good God, can we just be like a little more honest in it? You're dealing with such serious topics to mislead people or lie, whatever you want to call it, on your credentials and your resume. Okay, come on. Thank you, Honey in the Rock, for becoming a member. Redder Rick, thank you so much for becoming a member. Oh boy. So always misleading. Yes. All right, guys. So here's one of the comments from 19 hours ago. And it was what a lot of us felt and what Lauren herself felt. She yawned multiple times during this live. And I shouldn't say multiple. She had a big yawn, one that they left in. But she looked very sleepy. Katie is saying, ZZ's like, I'm falling asleep. Boring. Bring a book. But I can't say that anymore. Shout out to Jerry Blank, Strangers with Candy, because John will bring a book. He'll bring all the books, and then he'll read it to us like we're illiterate. Here's what I don't understand. I've been thinking about this, which I don't want to think about this, but I guess I'm thinking about it now. If you are this like educated person and you have a doctorate in this, you have a PhD in this field, aren't you supposed to take the information and from multiple sources, and then instead of just read us off shit, like you're doing some kind of like basic ass school paper, aren't you supposed to then give that to us, like filter that through your knowledge and experience and be able to point these things out while talking more from your perspective of your work and your specific point of focus in your work, if that makes any sense. Do you know what I mean? Not just like reading random things and cherry picking articles and facts that will fit a narrative you think you want to push in your video for an alleged, okay, we'll say allegedly clickbait title of your video. Saying that you, Dr. John, the Princeton psychologist, is going to break down why Nick Reiner murdered. When in fact, we got to almost the end of the video and you're like, we can't do that. Just kidding. Then why would you say you're going to? Because people are going to waste their time watching that video thinking, dude, this dude's going to tell me why first of all, he hasn't pled. He hasn't said that, like, all we know is that Alan Jackson said by the state of California, what constitutes as schmurder, I'm paraphrasing and stuff. Nick Reiner did not schmurder his parents, or is not a schmurderer. Print that. Alan Jackson said. But we really heard much from Nick. So it feels, Dominique, it feels Dr. Phil scammy. It feels yucky. And I don't know if I went to these, schools, or I was like, I went to Princeton, you would think you wouldn't want to feel scammy. You would want to be on the up and up. This person, this is one from 4 hours ago they didn't get. Rhonda, help me, Rhonda, says, stop tainting the jury pool with your opinion. You choose to leave the case. Leave the opinion in the trash. Trash in the trash can and move along. So they're like, maybe people will find this possible, which is always very difficult with a high profile case, is what people are going to see. There might be Dateline episodes and such, which could lead people down a path of, oh, clearly this person might be guilty or is guilty. But they're saying you might actively be leading future jurors down a path and tainting them. So they didn't get that one. Grayson, maybe Grayson's keeping him up. Do you think Grayson's turned a new leaf? I mean, I don't think so, but maybe. This person says, Lauren, I don't know why I feel like you are being overspoken in general. Massive to you. So maybe like massive love, massive hugs to you or something. So this person is, again, a lot of these people are sweeties, wipe the seedies and are worried, about what they're seeing. Like you're being massively, or I don't know why I feel like you are being overspoken in general, because she is. Because she is. He's being like a dildo Baggins, okay? This guy is like, no, it's not right.
What could be more egregious? What could be more misleading?
So, I mean, yeah, everyone deserves better than that. All right. NJ Robin, another comment gets through saying, sorry, respectfully, these are all rumors. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Now they're going to send you.
You sent a cease and desist.
A cease and desist. Okay. Now you got yourself in trouble there. Making sense, NJ Robin. They said, sorry, respectfully, these are all rumors. Until we know more facts, you cannot speculate. Oh, they can. And they can monetize that speculation and they can ride that shit till the wheels fall off. This is going to be the new algorithm that they are going to fall into. Because I think the last video got like 40, 50,000 views. And that's pretty good for them outside of, Lori Vallow Daybell and that whole trial. And a few other, and obviously their 9-hour live when they lied about having a stalker. So they're going to keep exploiting this, saying, oh, we have, news. There's nothing new. Nothing new has come out. He even told us in this video, like, I am going to be coming back. We're breaking it down. Then we're going to break it down. And then we're going to break it down again. We're going to strip it off and then put it back. And then Lauren goes, let's just rinse and repeat. We could just rinse and repeat. Essentially saying, we could just put out the same shit. Just rinse it off a little bit. And then I can put it back out there for them. We just do the same video over and over and make that shmoney, honey. That's how that reads to me. Which, again, I would kind of take the journalist title out if that's what we're doing. Okay, this person says, I really appreciate this man, but I already know all of this stuff. That's what we said. That's what we said, Doxa. Like he's talking to us. He goes, he explained what demographics were.
God is a man made up by other men to tell them that they're special.
Who do you think's watching this? Like he really thinks like this man is the definition of I'm the smartest person in the room. And everyone will listen to me. I am a Dr. Jan. Dr. Jan, Princeton, but mostly USC or USD, University of Southern Dickhead. That's what I was calling it for a while because I couldn't remember USC for some reason. I don't know. Okay. She says, it's obvious too. Such as being angry, being the biggest sign of violence, question mark. That one was one of my favorites yesterday. He's like, did you know that people that are angry, versus people that are like happy are more prone to violence? And we were like, what? Dr. John, you are blowing our minds.
I'm having chest pain.
Holy crap. Hot take. I never even thought of that. I just thought happy-go-luckies around here just stabbing. Hey, how's your day? Good. Stabbing. Have a good day. Yeah, you don't really hear a lot of like Datelines and 2020 start with, he was the nicest guy you'll ever meet. He was so happy, not damaged at all. Okay? Never angry. Never had issue with anyone. Until one day he just was like, stabba. We got to get to the stabbing. Very rare. Very rare. I'd say there's, clear signs of anger, possible previous violence, things like that. But what do I allegedly, I don't know anything, So she writes, LOL, duh. And it downplays how violent and aggressive schizophrenic and schizoaffective people are. Wow, that's her. They are super dangerous when unmedicated. And they get angry even if you say that. I lived with 2 different ones before, even medicated. They're very cold, humorless, sociopathic, and controlling. Well, I mean, that's kind of okay. We'll keep with the stuff you said earlier. Now you're headed down a path that's like, all right, that's a little Dr. Johnny of you. But then this person comes in, America, which I assume is a man. I'm just assuming here. This is my speculation, saying, Lauren, let Dr. John talk. I'm like, that's the whole video. Maybe they're being ironic. Maybe they're being funny. I assume they're probably being funny. Or it's like some man like, why is a woman talking? Is that tits talking? Tits better not be talking. I don't like when tits are talking. Okay? Make them shake and move it along. You know what I mean? Like one of those. You're like, no one shows you their tits. You don't got to worry about what tits do. Because they're not doing nothing for you, sir. Shut it. America. Or Meerkat. Oh, I think it's Meerkat. Maybe they're just, maybe they're trolling. I think that might be a little trolling. Or it could be the guy that never sees any tits, but has a lot of opinions about them. Okay? Let Dr. John talk. So that could be a funny one. And if I misinterpreted that, Meerkat, I apologize. Okay, but you never know. In these streets, you never know. All right, now, God, they left a lot of them, you guys. Now go back and see if these comments are still here. All right. Kately Beagle Chops, that's a cute name, says, get some up-to-date research, John. You suck. Oh, damn. Oh, damn, John. John's just taking L's.
And this was becoming
uncomfortable for me. She said, John, I'm sick of this old-ass 2000 research. We are in 2025, sir. Okay? You sucker. Damn. And you PhD, and your PhD was not Princeton. Oh, damn. You're getting called out, John. On a positive note, at least Lauren is more entertaining when she is clearly off her head drunk. All you do is speculate, speaking a lot, yet saying nothing. You're both embarrassing. Oh, damn. Oh, damn, guys. I'm surprised that one's got to have been deleted. That was 16 hours ago. Gray Bay, wake up! Wake up, Gray Bay! People are having opinions on the interwebs. Gray Bay, and you're not going to like them. File that civil stalking injunction against Kately. Just don't do it. Don't do it. But they might. Hey, Hella, shout out to Excited Utterance. Thank you for coming in with the $5. Joleen, did you see I have yes? Oh my God. You know what? I think Lori Hellis might be joining me soon too. Like twinsy. Like, how do we get so lucky, Hella? How do we get so lucky? How do we get so lucky? I can't wait to tune in. Okay, tomorrow, you guys, go. I'm going to drop the link to Excited Utterance. Lori is back. Okay, she's back in 2026. She's out here. And she's ready to party. All right, allegedly. The video only has, you guys, get Hella's video up to like 200, 300 likes so it pops hard in the algorithm. I'm going to drop the link for it. It is tomorrow at, what time is it at, Hella? Is that 3:15? 4:15? Let's drop this link. You guys get it. This is the year of Lori Hellis. She's back, baby. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what she has to say. I'm excited for that. Yes. Okay, 6:15 Eastern. All right, here's the link, you guys. I'm going to put it in the description right now so I don't forget. Make sure you go over there and already just like the video, pop it up, turn your notifications on for it because this is going to be a good video. It's going to be a good live, a good conversation. And let me throw that in the description before I forget. You guys, thank you for your patience. Smash that like here also if you haven't already. Okay. But yeah, tell my girl crush Lori I say hey and I owe her an email. Okay. Here it is. Watch and like at Excited Utterances live with Lori Hellis tomorrow. I'm going to be there watching. I'll be in the comments like, hey, girls. All right. So I dropped the link in there and then I'm going to save it. Oh, I didn't even tag. I don't think I tagged up this live. Oh, dang. Oops, I forgot. Well, let me see. Do I have any tags in here? I also forgot to put on subscribers. And I did not tag the video. Oh, well, we'll tag it later. We'll think of something. We'll think of something, you guys. You know. All right. Dolly may have an emotional reaction. I want to see it. I want to see it. Oh my gosh. Yes, double the hell with Hella and Hellis. You guys could be a law firm, Hella and Hellis. Have you been scammed on the internet by these true crime channels that claim there's a psychologist from Princeton? Is he giving you bad advice and speculating on a case where the defendant hasn't even pled yet? Well, call Hella and Hellis, all right? And you might be open for compensation. Compensation might be available to you. All right? Call now. Hella and Hellis. And everything we said is going in. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to get to the bottom of Cindy. You're right. John, stop being pissed. It's been 5 years. Get over it already. Build a bridge. Like, God, I'm sure Lori made your channel more entertaining. Can you please update your title? Hella, you don't have to. But can you say Princeton attorneys just for both of you? Princeton attorneys, Hella and Dolly and Associates will be talking hidden true crime. Their facts are so hidden, you can't find them.
Allegedly.
All right, okay. So is the chemistry in their marriage.
Allegedly.
All right. That's enough. That's enough, Jolene. All right. But head over there, you guys. Give the video a like. And show up tomorrow for Hella and Excited Utterance because they've been putting in the work. And this is going to be a great conversation with Lori Hellis. Ski Utah says, at Hella, please address people in the back when Lori is on. Megan. Yes. Oh, my God. I bet you Lori has like such an opinion on Megan. I'm assuming. I haven't asked her. But didn't she address Megan in her video? I can't remember now. Trisha, the Hidden Joms, Lauren, Joe, Graybait. Yes. Mention them all. Mention it all. All right. Like Bethany Frankel used to say. Please, please, please. Raising Hella and Hellis. I like that. We'll get lots of fun names. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Tell them you're Harvard lawyers. We're Stanford lawyers. We're Harvard lawyers. Mm-hmm. Yes, I've been sent. Miss Chaos says, Jolene, can we have another Trisha impression soon, please? Yes, you can. I've been sent tons of Trisha videos. Thank you guys for sending them. You guys have been sending me videos and things you want me to react to. Also, Laura Owens, we got to jump on that. A lot of you have been reminding me, and people have been sending me great stuff. I had my husband, Shell, pulled up the body cam footage from Scottsdale at her parents' house when the police came in with the search warrant. And, obviously Chell and I lived in Scottsdale and met in Scottsdale and in Arizona, which I guess is obvious because Scottsdale's in Arizona. And so he was like, let me look at this. And we were watching part of the body cam together and we were laughing. Now, I can't remember if we already went over the body cam once upon a time when I was just learning about the Laura Owens of it all. But I think we're going to have to look over that body cam again because that body cam's crazy. My husband was especially like surprised. Hype Man husband Chellaren was like when you have Lauren going like this in a bra with her fake pregnancy belly. Very weird. Very weird. Very strange. So we're going to have to take a look at that. Mm-hmm. What is your husband's name? My husband's name is Cello. And I always think you are saying that. No, this is Chel's name. Chel's name is Mayan. It's beautiful. The X is silent. So when he tells people how to pronounce it, he actually, because people go Xchel, or if like when me and Chel first went to Minnesota and he met all my friends, they were like XL, like the XL Energy Center, which isn't even the XL Energy Center anymore, but that's their energy company there, XL. And I'm like, no, not XL. Chel. I called him Shell for like 2 weeks or more when we were early dating, and he didn't correct me. I don't know why he didn't correct me. He's like, everyone gets me. I'm like, but we're dating. I should know how to say your name. But I thought it was Shell. But yeah, the X is silent. So he just says it's Chell, like cello. So, yes. Oh, thank you, Down. Yeah, it has a lovely history in Mayan culture. It does. There's like Ixchel, which I think is the female version of that. And I think his name has something to do with like the god or goddess of medicine, which is interesting because he ended up being a nurse and he hadn't done that path at all as we were comedians. So, yes, you have the Swedish Norwegian version of Chell. Then we were in Minnesota and we met a Chell that was spelled Kjell. Norwegian, yeah. So I was like, oh my God, the Scandinavians have a version of this shit too. I love it. So yeah, he's got a super cool name, but neither of us can find our names on any of those nameplate things. So the struggle was real for us growing up. So I think that's what really bonded us because my mom spelled Jolene incorrectly. Jolene isn't even on the list for like the name things that you can get, little trinkets and things. And if it is, it's E-N-E and mine's E-E-N. So it's a whole thing, you guys, but you know what I'm talking about.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Sorry, guys. My allergies are like, acting up. I'm like, Dr. Jan, I got the nasal stuff. Okay, so back to Kately. Get some up-to-date research, John. You suck. And your PhD was not Princeton. On a positive note, at least Lauren is entertaining when she's clearly off her head drunk. All you do is speculate, speaking a lot, yet saying nothing. You are both embarrassing.
Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
Oh boy. That one's probably going to get deleted. Maybe not. If it doesn't, I'll be like, whoa, dang. Again, they can delete whatever they want. And then this person really liked that. Really liked Kately's response and says, you made me shoot coffee out of my nose. That had to hurt. If it was hot coffee, that had to hurt. Worth it for the laugh. Definitely painful. This next commenter says, named Darling Nikki, 69 boys. Okay. Says, Lauren, are you okay? You seem really out of it and miserable. And then 9 people were like, agreed. I don't know why people are just so rude. I mean, this woman clearly looks very happy. Look at her. She's freaking thrilled. Why do people do this? She looks very happy as she stares into our soul like a demogorgon. Yep. Okay. All right. But darling Nikki, yeah. In all seriousness, it's something's going on. I don't know. Now this person, Sheila Buck, says, love what you're doing here, but Page 6 reported he stayed there for a November 14th premiere of his movie. This was 1 month, 4 weeks before the Reiners were Cade. You're saying 2 weeks before based on Page 6 article? How did you come to this conclusion, actually? He don't know. He doesn't know. Don't ask him. How dare you? Okay, Sheila, Sheila, you better go into hiding, girl. You better. This man has been told his whole life that he is great. Even when his mom allegedly pushed him out of a car, which he has not forgiven her for, even though she didn't push him. She left the door open, allegedly, and a semi-truck hit him. Allegedly, or the muffler, and he lived to survive a grizzly bear with mama bear with her cubs, a buffalo stampede, scorpion stings. I think a shark attack was there. No, there should be a shark attack, John. We need a shark attack. Mountain lions. Okay. Rolling down the river in a boat by himself. I mean, how dare you question a man? How dare you? How dare you? They are going to get you, girl. You're going to have to come over here and hide or something. All right. I got a guest bedroom you can stay in. But we got to keep the shades closed because John will be looking. Because he is very, very fragile.
And this is becoming uncomfortable for me.
In my opinion. Okay, the ZZZ, we got that one. What's this one? Okay. Oh, but a lot of people were very, very positive about John, though. About his appearance. Timo is like, hey, Dr. John, looks like you're trimming up a little bit. Okay, keep up the good work. One person liked it. Maybe Timo liked his own comment. We don't know. And then right underneath, we have just Kathleen 3 saying, are we discussing YouTube or someone else?
And this was becoming uncomfortable for me.
Ooh, boy. It did seem through a lot of this video like they were just discussing themselves. But yeah, I do like Dr. John. I do like the hair longer. Not that it matters what I think, but the little, got a little body, little shine. Get it? And I wore my little sweater for you. It's not for you, but just to as a friendly. No, I can't lie. No, I just really like this sweater. But yeah. Okay. And then what's this? Do I have any more here? Okay. No, I was saving my own comments where people were like, Joleen, have you dipped into Laura Owens? You said you were going to. And then I'm like, okay, I need to be reminded of that. And then obviously my favorite comment from Sandy, one of my favorites from yesterday when we were going over their live chat, were Sandy McCracken. Release the Sandy McCracken. That's what I say now. We need an emoji, I need something with release the Sandy McCracken. When she says, it's time to end this. Lauren is going out. I love John, but he gets boring as he goes on and on and on. Oh, on and on and on and on. She's like,
It's reality.
Okay, this is boring as fuck.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
Sandy just raw dogged it there. She was like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me see if this newer beginning of their video, if this uploaded, because I do want to kind of go over this a little bit because we didn't. And I will say there was more media in this part. So I do want to apologize, Gray Bay, because I can acknowledge when I'm wrong. And you did add some media in the beginning. Okay, I still think the editing was not good. Unless you're trying to sabotage them. And then, yes, girl, get it. Get it. If you are. If this is like an undercover sabotage, then it makes sense. Do what you gotta do, baby. Okay, so let's see if this uploaded. Because Grayson, and maybe, in Grayson's defense, maybe Dr. John put her straight to sleep. She was editing, she's trying, and then boom, out like a light. She's like, this is so boring. All right, here it is. I didn't do many funny things to this one, okay? But we are going to be commenting, roasting, comedy, parody, satirizing. All right, under fair use. So knock it off, Lauren. You're not allowing us to do anything. This is how the internet works. All right? Don't be that person. Oh, look at all my different things. Sometimes people might react to your shiz. Okay? That's just how it is. And they can. All right, Chrome. Grow up. Can we grow up and understand fair use? Can we grow up and understand how the internet works? Please. Do I have to remind you?
What's the matter with you people? You're sad that people are mean? Well, I'm sorry. The world isn't one big liberal arts college campus. We eat too much. We take our spoiled lives for granted. Feel a little bad about it sometimes. No. You want to put all your shit up on the internet and have every single person say, hooray for you. You. You're all pricks.
Yeah. You don't get to make your money off speculating, exploiting, talking shit on other people, and then no one can have an opinion or make jokes about you. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. SNL would cease to exist. Comedy itself would cease to exist, ma'am. Stop. Please grow up. Please grow up. All right, here we go.
This whole family was shaken by his addiction, and it really had a tremendous impact on the whole system.
I am going to speed it up to 1.2 because this guy is.
And so,
yeah. Speaking of hella, He's hella slow, but hella's not slow, but just like very slow. All right.
Culture, the Reiner family culture was in many ways disrupted or
Lauren brought her water out. So remember yesterday when people are like, you're in her own comments were like, you're clearly tipsy. Okay, no judgment. And then she was like, she commented under the Hidden True Crime during the live premiere, responded to, I believe it was Rebecca maybe who said this, one of the commenters. And she said, I was drinking water throughout the whole podcast, but she didn't tell us what she was drinking or doing before. And some could wonder, is it vodka? We don't know, and we'll never know. Just like John will never know and be able to tell us why Nick Reiner did or did not schmurder, especially prior to him even pleading anything. The same way we can speculate and go, well, could be vodka. It's clear. It's clear. But she was like, there's the water. There's the water. There's the water. You know what, Bron? I do. I have a PrinceTON. My prince, I call him PrinceTON. Well, I have lots of nicknames for him. I call him my ginger god. I call him Princey Poo. I call him PrinceTON and Prince. So, yeah, my cat. I have a Princeton. I'm going to put that with Princeton executive producer. I'm going to change my title and put that in there. Row 2689. Thank you for coming in with the $4.99. Said, did Chelsea see this video? If so, what was his take? He's so funny. No. Yeah, I don't think he has any interest in watching these people. Nor have I been like, I think he's maybe seen things as I was, putting this video together. He was kind of getting ready to go get a haircut. And he's like, what did he say? And he was kind of making jokes because that's what we do. That's part of the reason I married him. We just banter back and forth and have fun and roast shit up together and do voices and stuff. So he had, he's like, but I don't think he has any interest in these people. If he asked me like, hey, I want to watch it with you, I'd be like, okay, you can watch it with me. But no, I don't think so. But if he ever does, I'll make him come on here. Or I'll ask him, Des Larson, thank you for becoming a member. Mabel Dragon Burn, thank you for the $1.99. So did you see Lori mention you in her first new live? I didn't. I have to watch Lori's. I'm so behind. But Ms. Hellis and I have, we're in the emails. Okay, we're in the emails. All right, so we're gonna probably see Lori over here too, and talking. It's just my lack of response. It's basically my neurodivergence, and I haven't replied to an email yet. Okay, so yeah, that's what you get when you deal with me. I'm like, oh, so many emails. I'll look at them tomorrow, and then tomorrow's a week, and you're like, holy shit, I have a lot of people to get back to. So I'll get on that. But I feel honored that my girl crush mentioned me. I do. Princeton executive producer. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, PrinceTON. Is that how you get out of being sued? It's a PrinceTON. PrinceTON executive producer. I like it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Changed by Nick's addiction. And, again, like I'm just going to scratch the surface here, but sometimes addicts, they demand that, right?
So I'm so interested in what John's going to say right now. As a recovering alcoholic myself, I so want to know what he knows and what he's going to say about us addicts. Don't piss me off, John.
Sometimes addicts are so attention seeking.
Oh, okay. Okay. Just because I'm a stand-up comedian and I love a microphone and talk. Oh, okay, maybe.
That one of their goals, one of their implicit goals is to really command or demand attention from the system so that they become the key player.
You shut up. Maybe.
Allegedly.
I don't know yet.
That some of it becomes a power struggle where the addict knowingly or unknowingly, often it's unknowingly, often it's unconscious, they act out so that
what the fuck are you talking about?
They're always being validated. They're always being right. They become the focus of attention in the family. And so no matter how, so think about that for a minute. No matter
What if the whole family's addicts? Do you ever think about that? Because a lot of this shit, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You ever think of that? Okay. Shut up. Shut up. Kind of true, but shut up.
no matter how famous the Reiners are, that Rob is, that his father was, right? That in some ways, none of that matters if you have this child with this severe problem that's constantly absorbing all your energy and all your attention and all your focus. Then guess who becomes the real center of the family?
Yeah. The child.
Right. And so.
No, Lauren, not the child. He's saying the addict because he has 2 other children. So John's trying to make the point like the other 2 lose out because we got to focus on the addict. You know, again, it's a little stigmatizing. I'm not going to be completely blind to the fact that yes, addiction in families is like, whether it's, you know, a functioning on whatever level it is, it's going to affect the family and not necessarily for the positive, you know? And the non-addicts in the family might feel some type of way. Definitely. So, but that's what, Lauren, you don't even know. He's like, why are we doing that? Like, no, the children. No, he's saying the addict.
I don't think this is conscious, by the way. I think this is something that's happening below. Again, this is hidden. We're the Hidden True Crime Podcast.
This is hidden.
But what's hidden here is that this family system revolves around Nick's dysfunction, whether they like it or not. And I think that they're trying, this family really tries to normalize the situation, but I don't think they ever succeed. Clearly they don't succeed because the end result of this is murder.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Clearly they don't succeed because the
I eat pieces of shit like you for
end result
breakfast.
is murder.
You eat pieces of shit
So
for breakfast?
you have a really unique situation, and that brings in another component of the family culture, and that is that this is a Hollywood culture. So one of
John loves Hollywood culture. You know, he wants in Hollywood so bad. He's like, why isn't Keith Morrison call me back? I need me Keith Morrison. They need me. Keithy, call me. These 2 both. If Hollywood came knocking, they want to sell a documentary. That's what they thought, in my opinion, this whole stalker thing was going to do, this fake stalker thing. Like, Grayson, you film me crying, then I'll film you crying. And this will go in our documentary that we're going to pitch. She thought, I got some connections. Everything the chick did. When she's at memorials, I'm like seeing pictures posted and that she's posted at memorials, like smiling, like thinking it's like a damn red carpet. It's just weird. It's weird.
I have a really interesting quote from,
also like every family system has some level of dysfunction. You know, so let's not sit up here on our high horse and be like, oh, these fucking addicts. Like, we feel bad enough. We know. Okay. Sarah Elena Peterson, thank you so much for coming in with the super chat or the super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, John, what page? What page are we on? We're so confused without the page. The water is sitting on the table, you guys. Notice the water. It is not vodka. It's water.
really interesting quote from a yoga instructor.
Oh, good God.
Who
yoga, like, no shade to yoga instructors. Amazing. But what are we doing here?
her name is Ilana Zabel, and she used to visit the home all the time to give private yoga lessons to the Reiners, which, you know, you're dealing with a Hollywood family when the yoga instructor comes to your house to get
beautiful. Beautiful.
If you want to do yoga, you're hitting the road and going to the local gym, right? But with the Reiners, they
John, you've never done yoga. Don't lie to me, sir.
It's not enough.
Don't you lie to me.
You're
He's like, you're hitting the road. What do you mean you're hitting the road? No. Is it on the way to In-N-Out? We are not doing yoga, and that is okay. But stop it. These Hollywood families. Aren't you guys building a compound? Like an alleged Jody Hildebrandt type compound? With like a podcasting studio and all the things? But this is when they can like talk shit on something, this is when they really come together, right? Those rich asses. Meanwhile, they are trying to emulate these same Hollywood types. It's the same air of same arrogance and self-importance and lack of accountability. And I'm so great and I'm above it all. And what we're doing is so special. It's art. Remember, you two were the douchebags that say you making money off the tragedies of families and then turning on those families, talking shit about them and then copyright striking them falsely and trying to silence them, that's art. I mean, That's made in Hollywood.
You're despicable.
You're no better. Let's not. Come on now.
Get yoga on demand. So
Respect.
that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, respect. Exactly. So she made a comment about this to one of the media outlets. And here, I'm going to read what she said. She said, quote, "There's also the fact that the Reiners live in Hollywood. I have witnessed the children of Hollywood personalities have a really difficult time because they are living in a fantasy world.
Huh.
The parents are prioritizing many things, including them, but there's often a perception of negligence." She suggested or implied that she believed that maybe Nick had ADHD. It turns out that Alana Zabel, by the way, has a degree in child development, and she's got some familiarity with children and their mental health issues. And so she speculated that she believed he might have ADHD. She also, by the way, I should mention, talked about a moment or several.
No, it's all they're blame the addicts, blame the ADHDs. Why do you always blaming my team? Okay, why is my team always getting blamed for shit? All right, what's the correlation there, Dr. John? Oh my goodness.
Moments when she was teaching yoga to the family, and Nick was younger. He was like 11-ish, let's say 11 to 13-ish. And Nick, she would come over, and Nick would have these tantrums.
Yeah. Is she the one that wrote the book?
She's the one who wrote the book.
What? A child having a tantrum? Shut the front door.
Jesus is just alright with me. Jesus is just alright.
It just feels icky. It feels icky. And if anyone mentioned anything about their situation, their parenting, their child, they literally file civil stalking injunctions when you don't mention it and say you mentioned it. Now Lauren's leaning forward. Yeah, tantrums.
Yeah. So
I think Dr. John throws tantrums.
as a matter of fact, now that we're on this topic, she wrote a book in 2005 called A Chair in the Air.
Not chair in the air.
The book was an attempt for her to process part of her experiences working with the Reiners in the early 2000s when she would come over to their home. She's reported that Nick would regularly interrupt their private yoga classes with screaming outbursts that last upward of 20 minutes. This is a quote from her book. So that was according to the Daily Mail. She said, quote, Nicky. So she names him in the book. Nicky is full of big feelings.
That is such a great point. Janice Ballyflat. Shout out to Janice Ballyflat, one of our favorites. Oh my God. Janice is an icon. Janice is the moment. She's an icon. She's a queen.
No one would want to stalk that ugly bitch.
She said, no one wants to stalk that ugly bitch. She also gave us the iconic cease and desist.
Cease and desist. You sent a cease and desist.
See, John was a spoiled rich kid. 100%. 100%. So it would, I think, oh God, why do I even say they don't care? But maybe if you can talk about how you relate to that from being like a spoiled rich kid, instead of acting as though, I think the acting as though they're so much better than everybody and they don't have their own issues when we clearly see they have a lot of issues, and not recognizing that is the thing that's so off-putting. While being full on Judge Judy, while then not actually trying to relate to these people based on, I was a spoiled rich, so I get it. A yes house, but he will be the guy to be like, I earned everything. I fought the footballs. I fought the grizzly bears. Okay. I earned it.
It's an urban legend that never happened.
And not recognizing that he had so much privilege. All right. Which made it very easy, much easier for him to go to the schools he went to, do the things he went to, or do the things he did or accomplish, whatever the hell he accomplished. Who knows anymore? Because everything seems to be a lie. But it's just this these rich people. Yeah, like you, sweater vest.
And even bigger energy. So big, in fact, that one day his excitement accidentally sends a vase flying across the room. I presume that's an actual experience for her, that Nick threw a vase across the room. Maybe he didn't, but
it sounds like it. She has said
in
that
the book
is about him and his big energy and trying to process it. The character's name is Nicky.
So what's interesting about that is you have this young child, Nick Reiner, who already is disrupting this family culture. And we'll talk more about this in detail later, but
okay, because one lady wrote how he had a tantrum. He disrupted the family culture. That is such a definitive statement. when you don't know anything. All you know is things you're reading from experiences of other people based on like one time. It just feels like, ugh. You want to push forth the narrative you want to push forth. It's just yuck.
She speculates that this is potentially ADHD, but I think there's other options here.
Yeah, leave us alone. Okay. Skiota says, where did the vodka go? Grayson's got to fill her up. She's like, refill. Gravy. Give me another one. I can tell it's going to be a long night. John's been licking his lips so much.
This could be something like oppositional defiant disorder, perhaps.
ODD.
ODD. It could be.
ODD, OPP, ODD. Yeah. I know about that. Yeah.
Again, I don't know.
I've wondered that. I've wondered that. I was
you pondered that? Thank you, Lauren.
going to ask you that. So, okay. Possibility. We don't know.
It could even be.
We don't know. We're doing this whole video saying we know, and we're going to tell you why Nick Reiner schmurdered. Not allegedly that he schmurdered. But now we're saying we don't know. So we're glad we got you here, but we don't really know. Yeah. OPP. I can't explain it. Like, Lauren should be talking about OPP, not ODD. All right. Steffi, good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in with the super chat. It says next year they will narrate a children's Christmas book together for all. So wholesome and cozy crime-like, right? About their perfect family. Do you want to see a perfect family? How we like staged our weird, awkward engagement video? Like they put it together like they were going to sell that shit to Netflix or something. I'm like, what is going on? Oh, jeez.
So in schizophrenia, there's something called the prodromal phase. And that is so in schizophrenia, you have the prodromal phase and then you have the acute phase, which is when symptoms are active. But before symptoms are active, you have this prodromal phase. This could be the beginning of signs of schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
That you could have a child that's beginning to lose some contact with reality. It would be a little unusual at 11, but I don't have the exact dates here, but that might be more common around, you might see that more around the age of like 14, 15-ish. So I've worked with some adolescents that at 14 and 15 are starting to show some early signs of schizophrenia. And it's very hard to recognize, by the way, because you're not anticipating that a 14 or 15-year-old is going to have some loss of contact with reality.
Right.
And by the way, just to define schizophrenia quickly, it's
What are you talking about? 14 and 15, I definitely had a loss from reality. I was like a kid. I was living in my dream world. I was talking to the posters on my wall, singing Make It Happen to Mariah Carey. Okay? What are you saying? I'm in the kids' reality. You weirdo. Dawn Schaefer says, if the Nikki in the book was Reiner, wouldn't that constitute grounds for a lawsuit without express permission of the parents? How old was Nick in 2005? I mean, I don't know how old is he now, like 30? So he was young. And I would think that Rob Reiner wouldn't allow someone to reference his son in a book, but I don't know. Maybe they were like, it's okay. I don't know. And what is his obsession when talking about kids? After you have helped so many PDF files, sir, maybe we should stop with the talk about kids. It's now, go to Excited Utterance, go to Everyday with Jay, go to multiple other channels where you can see them reading off proof that John Matthias has helped not one, but a few PDF files get a lesser sentence where the government had to step in. The judicial is like, we can't listen to this guy. He didn't do all the things he needed to do to like calculate his rate of recidivism. So every time I say that word, I think I'm saying it wrong because it sounds so weird. It's a cool word, but it also sounds weird. So once you've sold your soul to the PDF files, I don't, maybe we shouldn't be talking about kids, allegedly. Okay. Oh my God. Like this, they dig their nails into every tragic story with children. And they exploit. And there's just not like I don't feel like compassion, empathy. It just feels very monetary and yucky.
I would characterize it as severe mental illness that impacts everything we do. So it impacts the brain in terms of thinking, thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and the biggest characteristic of schizophrenia, to put it simply, is that it's the beginning of a loss of contact with reality.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. That's so sad when you put it that way, but that's exactly what it is.
Right. And if you think about, you're 15 years old, right? And you're trying to find your way in the world. You're trying to define your identity. And all of a sudden you're waking up and the world is a little bit off.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts aren't making, you're losing a little bit of contact with what you think is real. And I don't mean you're having like full blown hallucinations, but you're not fitting your thoughts with what you're observing.
I kicked a Doc Martin into a ceiling fan irrationally due to hormones and going through it as a teenager. Okay? I had a broken ceiling fan for years because Nana and Papa were like, we're not fixing that, girl. You need to stop kicking your Doc Martens in the ceiling fan. All right? There's so much irrationality as a child, as a teenager. There's so many things going on. We've all been through that. This man speaks like, this is so stupid. This is so stupid.
Your perceptions are slightly skewed.
Yeah.
And that's very disorienting, right? You can imagine how every adolescent is really trying to find their way, and they're trying to define their identity, and they're trying to separate from their family. And all of a sudden you're 14, 15, 16, and you're having trouble just making sense of basic things in life. You're right. It becomes very, very problematic and very difficult. And so it's not hard to imagine in that scenario that
again, this is all just speculation, gossip, rumors that he's going with in this situation. You know, it's not hard to imagine in this imaginary situation. How does this help? How does this what does this do other than make them money and put them in the Nick Reiner trial algorithm? Why do we have a psychologist sitting here making all these assumptions, presumptions? It's just yucks.
A child or an adolescent that's beginning to lose contact with reality would turn to drugs. And that, by the way, is roughly the time when Nick Reiner starts using drugs as 14, 15 years old. He ends up in his first treatment facility at 15.
Yeah.
Because he's smoking marijuana, roughly at 14-ish. And his parents find out and they send him to a treatment facility. So could this be prodromal?
I feel like
schizophrenia.
I didn't watch them before, but it feels like they're going heavy. Were they always like this? Because this is going heavy in the grift. Like they need that money, honey. You know, and no shade for like making money off YouTube. Obviously, that would be hypocritical of me. I make money off YouTube. Like I'm a content creator. That's what I do. I'm a comedian. That's, you know, so I get that. But this just feels like there are some things that are unnecessary, especially when you are an alleged psychologist and you want to be respected in your field, it seems like. But it feels very grifty. You got clickbait titles as a professional psychologist. What?
He's medicating, he's self-medicating to solve, right?
It sounds like it. The way you just explained it. Yeah.
It could be.
Like we could all say this. Like Whitley Wood is saying, yeah. You can't guess at this shit. This is serious stuff. You can't just go online and say this, or maybe this, or that, or this, or this, or that, or this, because people are going to listen to a little bit of this and then they're going to take this information out into the world as fact. Critical thought is gone on so many levels. So the fact that we're not stating emphatically, like allegedly, the fact that you're going so deep on these dumb articles to try to cherry pick and put forth whatever point, which we end up not having any point, just seems dangerous. Not to be like hyperbolic, but it does seem, it's just irresponsible and just yucky, John. Come on, bro.
It's
also to cope with shame or anxiety or something as big as schizophrenia.
Yeah, and also my point, I'm going to bring this back to the Hollywood family and how Alana basically tells us that Hollywood families are sort of out of touch, that they live in a fantasy world, right? And so I think that's part of the problem here too. This is a family culture that exists in its own ecosystem of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right? Could you imagine growing up with all these famous Hollywood people coming in and out of your home all the time?
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien just happens to drop by. Right. Like, you know, or whoever, right? I mean, I use him because he was.
Do you see John get giddy? Like the idea that like Conan O'Brien, you could live in Hollywood. You can tell like he is that part of the population that desperately wants in that. Like Conan O'Brien stops by. Oh my God. Like he's fangirling while talking about and speculating on a horrific murder to make money on the internet as a professional. He's not just like any, he's not saying I'm just like a regular dude out here. He's like, no, I am an authority like in this topic. I'm a Princeton, the title says Princeton psychologist. Tells you why Nick Reiner murdered. Oh my God. It's crazy. I mean, a lot of people have, Lala Julie, I've seen a lot of comments. It has to be that they buy subs. I don't know if they buy subs. I do not know. What I do know is that after we talked about, and you guys pointed this out to me in the comments, after we talked about how it is, to me, just my opinion, on channels that I've watched in my own experience and channels that are at the amount of subscribers they have, it's odd that they would just sit, they would lose a bunch and then just sit at this certain number and not have any growth or decline for such a long time. They grew like 1,000 more. Coincidence? Maybe. John, speculative, maybe. Possibly could have happened, just like John's psychology. It's imaginary, maybe. I don't know. But it was a little weird when you guys pointed that out to me. Because they clearly pay attention to what people are saying about them on the internet, because you'll see them mention later specific insults people have for them or specific critiques. And they're really internalizing that. And you saw it in yesterday's video as well, when Lauren's like, we're not diagnosing. And she looked very smug. We're just asking questions. We're just talking. We're just reading research. Okay? Not diagnosing. Like, ooh. That hit really personal. And yeah, I mean, with his love of Brad Pitt, John is just a fangirl. He is a fangirl. Dollar Girl 8790, thank you for becoming a member. Much appreciated. Soul Sister, thank you for becoming a member. I don't know if I highlighted that already. If I did, or if I didn't. Despite the look on my face, thank you for the $4.99. This is your profile picture of Pedro Pascal saying, shut up. I love it. Hey, Dr. Closet Case, does hot dog lips constant travel disrupt your family culture? That's a question from Despite the Look on My Face. Moody Booby, thank you for the $1.99, says, I'd probably pop Zans and be drunk too if he were 100%. I would fall off the wagon. I don't know if I could maintain my sobriety being married to a man like this. That is where I feel bad that this is the man that Lauren calls her husband the way no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
One that at the party, but
yeah, well, it's interesting you actually say that too, because I've actually wondered a lot about how Nick allegedly at this party was confronting people saying, are you famous? Are you famous? Are you famous?
Yeah.
I actually found that very telling, because it would sort of imply this sort of fantasy world of everybody around him being uber successful, famous, a celebrity, which was essentially his entire orbit, his world.
I think to me it indicates that, right, I think I agree that's part of it, but I think it also indicates that he's very concerned about status, that he's asking if people are famous, but he's going in there with kind of this implicit pecking order, right, of the world and of the party. And I think that's exactly the point I want to make, is that when you grow up in this kind of sheltered Hollywood ecosystem that Alana Zabel says is all based on fantasy. I mean, they're in the business of creating fantasy and selling fantasy, right? What happens is,
that is so ironic, since that is what you're doing right now, because you don't know anything. You know what TMZ allegedly reported. Bill Hader, Conan O'Brien, no one has spoken. The family has specifically said, please don't speculate. Okay? Allow this to all come out in real time. Allow this to go to trial. Please don't make this worse for us. And what do? Make it worse. Creating these fantasies of what could have happened.
I think you develop a very distorted view of the world. And you develop very distorted expectations. And I think in the Reiner family, when you have two generations of massive success, right, those expectations must be enormous.
Yeah.
And in fact, some friends of Nick have talked about them. that they believed that he was never able to get out from under the weight of all those expectations. And it just absolutely buried him.
Okay, so those are the moments I would feel if you're a journalist and you're a psychologist, you would need to drop the receipts. Which friends? Drop the media for that interview. Who said this?
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything.
No, because what you're just saying, I think I heard some friends. Who? And Maggie says, I hate to defend her, but isn't this just what Lauren said? Probably, but he doesn't care. Because he's got to say it. Indiana Girl Jules, so good to see you. Thank you for being a member for 55 months. Says, have they ever heard innocent until proven guilty? Apparently not. In a court of law. Unfortunately, Indiana Girl Jules, no, they want to jump right to guilty. All right. Or the word allegedly. Yeah, allegedly can go a long way. For people who are sue happy, they are asking to be sued. That's a great point, Indiana Girl Jules. But they never think it's going to happen to them because they are right. They are righteous. They're self-righteous. They're like, no. We sue. We call the cops for fake made-up crimes. We weaponize the justice system against people that we don't like. All right? We want to put the mother of four in prison for making some tiki-takis. But no, don't do that to us or you're a bully. You're an evil bully. So good point, Jules.
He couldn't find his voice. He couldn't find his identity. He was filled with shame because he couldn't meet expectations. And so I think that's...
What the fuck? What? That is a lot. He's filled with shame. He can't meet expectations. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's doing the other thing. And again, this is a psychologist who has never spoken to Nick Reiner. Doesn't treat Nick Reiner. Doesn't know the Reiners. Doesn't know any of their friends. Doesn't have any insider info. But he sure is claiming a lot of things. Okay. Hawkeyes Love Nature. Thank you for the super chat. Or becoming a member. Sorry. I was like, I see green. Oh, member. Get with it, Jolene. Get with it. Oh my gosh. Don Schaefer. Thank you for becoming a member. I don't know if I caught that before Indiana Girl Jules. So thank you.
That's a big part of the story as well. But if you think about that, if you think about how distorted your perception of the world would be because you grow up in this Hollywood fantasy world, right? And now,
yeah, this sort of bubble, maybe.
This bubble.
It's not a fantasy to them; it's real to them.
No, I know it's a business. I mean, I'm not saying that everyone.
But this sort of bubble that
there he goes, dismissing her again. Well, I'm not saying that. Well, you were kind of saying that
the rest of the world isn't necessarily accustomed to.
Right, exactly. You know, you're right. It's atypical in the sense that very few people do it. Very few people have the talent and the ability to make movies. Right.
Yeah.
It's a.
What do you mean very little people have the talent to make movies? Lots of people have the talent. You know what they don't have? The resources, the money, the connections, the nepotism. Like that is really what stops. You know how many artists, you know how many people I've met, you know how many people I know who have full scripts, who want to direct, who want to all these things, but they don't have the money for the production. Again, that is a point of privilege for you to be able to have those connections, to have the kind of money to make these things yourself. You'll see Hollywood actors now like buying into projects as producers. My husband was just telling me about Jared Leto doing that and then casting himself. Like, it's not that people don't have the talent and there's not great scripts out there and great writers and great directors, but you might never know of them because they don't have the resources. This again is you talking from a place you know nothing about and that I know at least a little bit about, and you know nothing. You being like, people, no, you don't have the talent to do it, but that doesn't mean other people aren't. As someone who has pitched scripts, written scripts, taken meetings, done the things, there's so many people out there just like me. You basically do free work, create these, whether you're creating a pilot for a television show, whether you're creating, a reality show, whether you're creating, a screenplay, a movie, a docuseries. You basically, unless you have the best of the best CAA representation, you get lucky or you are already, a person within the business. It is actually very hard for you to even to get anyone to pay you to do that. It's a lot of, you have to just have the material. You have to hope you find representation that'll get you in the door in these meetings past these gatekeepers to then pitch this shit. And maybe if you're lucky, you have connections to like a production team or a production company who wants to jump on and work with this as you pitch it. This is a whole world you don't know anything about, John. You've never said it. You don't know anything, yet you're talking. This part pissed me off. As a creative, there are so many talented creatives out there and people who are making actual art, okay, who might never make money off that, but they're still making it because you love to make it. And it is a lot of free work and free labor. And, you know, and unfortunately, you know, life is expensive and you can't just be doing shit for free unless you come from like a rich family and you're being paid for, or you're on a trust fund, which a lot of the people I know, you know, who had an easier time did have that, you know, moving to LA, and then they had, you know, either parents, a trust fund, something backing them so they wouldn't have to work. But you don't know anything. The fact that he's just like saying, there are very few people. There's actually a lot of people. There's probably people in this chat who could create wonderful cinema, but they don't have the resources. You know, they don't have the connections. So please shut up about the arts. Leave the art to the artists, and you keep doing whatever you do with the grift and the exploitation of pretending you're a Princeton psychologist. Okay, thank you.
I'm not denigrating it.
No,
the people who do it are.
It's just a very small percentage.
It's a small percentage, and so but here.
But you guys are saying it's a small percentage of people that can do it.
Right, it's atypical in the sense that very few people do it. Very few people have the talent and the.
Also, what is talent? And what do half these gatekeepers know? Half of the industry doesn't even know what it wants. When you pitch something, it is shocking, you guys. Having experienced this, they don't know what they want. They think they want something, so therefore you can't write for what you think they want or what they're asking for. You just have to write with what you want to write and what you think you're good at writing and creating, the world you want to create. But it might never sell. It might never be made. But if you're lucky, it will. And if you have the resources and the money, you can make it yourself. Please be quiet, you two, about this.
Ability to make movies, right?
Yeah.
I'm not denigrating it.
No,
the people who do it are.
It's just a very small percentage.
It's a small percentage, and so but here's my point: is that if you see this world.
Also, this is how they think though, on the words of like success is based on if I know you, if I know who you are, and if you make a lot of money. But a lot of artists don't base success off of that. Because not to be all like, but when you want to make things and create worlds and do things, you're just always going to do that, whether it sells or not. It gets frustrating because you're like, damn, I got to pay these bills, you know? But they have just such a narrow, such a superficial look at this. It's yuck. Ew. Sorry, I'm on a tangent. I'm on a Joleen tangent here, you guys. I'll get off my fucking high horse. Thank you, Haley Wood. John is a Freud. He's a Freud. Yes. Rhinestone Cowgirl. Thank you for the 999. Says, do you think John keeps talking to an empty room way after the point? He should have realized no one is there. And another thing, Tolstoy said in War and Peace, oh God, here we go. Thank you. Hawkeye loves nature. I upgraded because you bring so much truth and such good laughs. Thank you so much. We all need. Thank you for what you're doing. Keep us rolling left. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was so sweet of you. Maui Mama, thank you for gifting a membership. Congratulations to whoever received the membership. You can thank Maui Mama. Carry on. Thank you for the 5. Says, I appreciate your humor on these clowns. They really are. They just keep showing their asses. Like, you don't have to have this definitive opinion on everything. When I don't know stuff, I go, I don't know. That's beyond my scope. I'm not smart enough to know that. This is just me talking shit. All right.
Is being somewhat distorted from the real world.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in this world, and all of a sudden you're prodromal schizophrenic, or you're having some symptoms of schizophrenia. Imagine how confusing that must be.
Yes.
Right. You're in a distorted world, and now your perceptions of that world are becoming even more distorted.
That's true. That makes sense. Right. I see where you're going.
So I think that makes it doubly hard for him to negotiate this world in a way that really makes sense, or that, I was going to say rational. I don't know if that's quite the right word, but in a way that adds up to Nick Reiner.
Yeah.
And
thank you, Jules. Jules says, I did my master's in writing for performance. Some of the scripts our class wrote were absolutely brilliant. This was in the north of England. Talent is everywhere. It is literally everywhere. The most talented people, the funniest people, you don't even know them. Because the gatekeepers haven't decided that they're someone that's marketable or they can push forward. They don't have the right representation. They're not a Nepo baby. There's so many reasons for that. So thank you. I love that. Talent is everywhere.
So I think these are all elements that are going to make it harder for Nick to kind of negotiate this world, right? And there's another part of the family culture, and again, we'll talk about this in a little more depth, but I just want to touch on it now, is I think this is a really important point that nobody's talking about in the Reiner case.
I'm done with skincare trends that promise quick fixes. I want science. And that's
so true. So true. Yes. ASB says no different than musicians. Some of the most talented. I mean, I know singers who I'm sure we all can name someone. You're like, this person has a voice and they're not famous. They're not making their money off being a singer. There's just so many variables to this, but to point out there's not talented enough people, that's insane. Yeah, you're not talented enough, bro. But a lot of these people are. So yeah, so many good unknowns. And some might never want to be known. They just want to make their art and hopefully make a living. Not everyone wants to build a compound and exploit tragedies, family tragedies that aren't their own. Not everyone wants to do that. Oh, look at in this ad, Lily's in the back. Hi, Lily baby dog. So I kept this in here because this is their ad for the skincare. And I thought it was so ironic.
That's why we use OneSkin here in the
Set it up.
Matthias family household. Even Dr. John uses it, and we talk about how much better it feels to choose products that are actually backed by research. OneSkin's formulas.
You guys do. We're going to get a sponsorship by something with products backed by research. We're not going to be backed by research. And anything we say is not going to be backed by research. I'm like, what? Do these people not see themselves? That was crazy. And then, okay. And then as like, also like, don't we have to take into account that you also have, you go to the dermatologist and you get a little injecty, like no shade, do what you got to do. But this stuff isn't keeping your skin looking like it is. There are other factors at play here, ma'am. It's interesting. I was like, this is interesting. That's interesting.
Skin's formulas are powered by the OS01 peptide, a patented peptide built on longevity science that targets aging at the cellular level. I have been using OS01 body and OS01 face, and my skin feels smoother, stronger, and more hydrated over time without adding extra steps to my routine.
Like Botox, like extra girl, you add extra steps. What are you talking about? And that's okay. But are people going to buy this and think they're going to get toxed? There's extra steps. There's other factors at play here. Yes, Eddie. It's okay. Just say that. They cannot admit anything, even in their ads. I'd be being like, but I had a nose job, just so you know. Like I would just, but that's me. I shared too much sometimes, and I got to be better about not sharing so much. But
born from over 10 years of longevity research, OneSkin's OS01 peptide is proven to target the cells that cause the visible signs of aging, helping you unlock your healthiest.
But isn't that what the tox does?
Skin now and as you age. And for a limited time, get up to 30% off your first 3 subscription orders when you use code HIDDEN at oneskin.co/hidden. That's oneskin.co/hidden. That's up to 30%.
Whatever makes you feel good. I've had a rhinoplasty. Like I can't talk shit about any kind of cosmetic procedure. But I feel like it was just strange to be like, no other, nothing else. Yeah, there's other things you use, filler. And that's okay, but just like, I don't know. Maybe that's me being too nitpicky, but I'm like, that's not just what you do. Like, I hate when they have the celebrities on there that are like, I do Foryou by L'Oreal because I'm worth it. Like, you, Eva Longoria, I love you, but you do not do box dye, okay? All of the hairdressers in Hollywood will disown you if you are doing box dye on your own hair. There is no way, baby girl. Okay, that's another art form. Being a stylist and getting the right color and getting the hair, like box dye isn't going to get you there. Believe me, I've tried. And every stylist I've had has been like, stop it, Jolene. You're ruining everything. Maui Mama, thank you for being a member for a month. Maui Mama says, beam me up, Scotty. Should we call Gigi? God, they're probably going to call. They probably haven't stopped calling these like Gigi and bothering her. Sooner Gal, thank you for the $1.99. If one thing came from this HTC, I found you. Thank you, Sooner Gal. Mama Maui gifted another membership. Thank you. A Maui Mama membership. It's a Maui Mama membership. And we love it. We love it.
Off with code HIDDEN at oneskin.co/hidden. After you purchase, please tell them we sent you.
This is going to turn out to be, I think, a really key part of analyzing the Reiner family culture. And that is that we hear constantly about this issue of kindness and how kind Rob Reiner is and how kind Michelle, right? They
over and over again.
They send Christmas cards to or holiday
everyone
cards.
in their lives.
Everyone in their life, like
even including their trainers and
like Christmas cards with cash, or just Christmas cards. Because I will tell you, people I haven't talked to in years still send me Christmas cards. What? They're so nice. They send Christmas cards. It better have some money, otherwise it's not that nice.
Everyone. Yeah. Right. They're very thoughtful. And I want to make it so what's important about this is that you can have a family system that has kindness at its foundation. Let's say the foundation of the family system is kindness, and that's great.
And acceptance.
And acceptance and understanding and love and support. Here's the problem.
Okay.
Most people listening to this think, well, that's great, right? Kindness and love are enough to solve any problem, right?
Yeah.
But that's not quite true, because
What? Why does he do this? Why does he take us on the longest journey of unnecessary bullshit we've ever been on? Doll Girl, thank you so much for the $9.99. Says happy to be here despite having to listen to these two idiots. It's just like, so that is it. But that's not necessarily why? They're trolling us. They are trolling us. There is no doubt in my mind. They're trolley grifters.
What I want to say is that it's important not to equate kindness with connection. That I think this is a family system that has an
John looked at the camera.
Inordinate amount of kindness, but I don't know. And again, I'm speculating here.
Oh God. Even when why do they look in the camera with the death stare? Do I do that? And I don't know it? Is that something like everyone on YouTube is doing? And I don't know it? Am I like, what's happening? Mr. Shyballs is looking at the camera.
I don't know if this is
my alarm went off at 2 p.m.
family system.
Get your shit together, girl.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because if you go back and look at these interviews between Rob and Nick, and they did a lot of them for Being Charlie. So this was a long time ago. This was a decade ago. The movie comes out in 2016. They're on this tour in 2015-16.
And Being Charlie is the movie that was inspired by Nick's addiction and his relationship with his father, correct?
Yeah, it's semi-autobiographical. And we're not going to have time to get into all that because I'm just touching on this issue. We will get into it later.
Or like Erica Kirk's like, you're like, why are you? Did I just see the devil? You're like, what is going on? Why do we have so many people doing these weird looks in the camera now? All these grifters. I'm worried. You guys, if you ever see me do that, please tell me. I got to get help.
We'll really dig into that, and we'll talk about the movie and more about the family culture. But I think the family culture is really probably one of the key pieces to understanding this murder.
Okay.
But I want to touch on this because I want to throw it out there for people to think about because it's so important that if you look at these interviews, there are most of the time or a lot of the time, Rob and Nick.
Also, let me know in the comments or the live chat if you guys are interested in any Erica Kirk reactions to these weird interviews and things she's done. Maybe you're not, maybe you are. But if I get enough people, maybe we'll dive into that.
Are very disconnected in terms of little things like this. Like you and
Why did he do that? He was like, did he just grab her neck? Did he? That was. Oh my God. Are me and my husband doing love wrong? Is that how you touch someone you love?
Most of the
A lot of you are saying yes. Okay. I'll say after this video posts, if I get 50 comments from 50 different people saying yes, roast Erica Kirk, we'll do it. But if people are like, no, I don't want that, and I don't get 50, then we won't do it. All right. There's just so many weirdos, so many weirdo grifters to roast these days. I can't. It's like, take your pick. It's like a fucking buffet.
Time, or a lot of the time, Rob and Nick are very disconnected.
I feel like I could do Erica Kirk impersonations too, and I think I would enjoy it. I don't know if that makes me a bad person, but if it does, I'm okay. I'm okay. And so is Jesus.
Jesus is just alright with me. Jesus is just alright. Oh yeah.
In terms of little things like this. Like
her poor little neck. She's got such a thin neck. And he just went, like, I have a farm girl neck. I do a bit about it in my stand-up. Like, I'm sturdy. My dad used to tell me, like, you have a strong neck. I was like, okay, that doesn't make me feel good as a teenage girl, but thanks, Dad. Thank you. But she has like a very thin ballerina. Like, I have like, my neck can shovel a driveway, you know? My neck can milk a cow, but not Lauren's. Okay. Lauren's neck is like, oh, I'm cold. I'm chilly. I have to lay down. I feel faint. And my neck's like, I'll carry you, you know? So when he, like, my neck wouldn't move, I'd be like, bitch, what? You know, my neck's like, no. But her, she like got slapped forward. Why did he touch her like that?
Most of the time, or a lot of the time, Rob and Nick are very disconnected. In terms of little things like this. Like you and I, people can.
He slapped her neck. And if you guys, some people are like, no, I like Erica Kirk. If you then, I'll make sure the videos are labeled like roasting Erica Kirk, so you don't have to watch it. If you like her, then you're like, I don't want to see her get roasted. Then I'll make sure you know it's going to be an Erica Kirk roasting.
Playing because I don't look at the camera enough. So,
and then, well,
if you look at
See it one more time, him slap her on the neck. I was just not right.
these interviews, there are most of the time, or a lot of the time, Rob and Nick are very disconnected. In terms of little things like this. Like you and I, people.
She's like, don't touch me. Yes, Amanda. We see each other. Don't touch me. Lauren is going to need to call HR on John. Oh, John. What are you? Why would you touch your wife like that? That was so awkward.
Complain because I don't look at the camera enough. So,
and then, well, it's okay. They complain that I look at it too much. Like I'm looking at myself. I'm like, I'm just trying.
You're trying
to connect.
You're trying to get one of us to look at the camera.
And that's true.
So,
and I'm also trying to be like, lead him over. Yeah. Anyway, but yes, you do not look at the camera.
But my point is, if for me as a psychologist, I'm in the business of connection. So like for me, it would be natural to turn to you like this.
No, that looks very unnatural. And you slapped her neck forward just a minute ago. It was very weird. Okay. And as you can see, they are really internalizing these critiques of them, these criticisms. It kind of looks like you're mean mugging us. It looks like you're trying to shout at the devil from your eyes to ours. It looks like you might be checking yourself out. It is strange. But she's like, yeah, people say this about me, but I don't care.
Like you and I, people complain because I don't look at the camera enough. So,
and then, well, it's okay. They complain that I look at it too much. Like I'm looking at myself. I'm like, I'm just trying. To connect.
You're trying to get one of us to look at the camera.
And that's true.
So,
and I'm also trying to be like, lead him over. Yeah. Anyway, but yes, you do not look at the camera.
But my point is, if for me as a psychologist, I'm in the business of connection. So like for me, it would be natural to turn to you like this and look at you, right?
Yeah.
I put my hand on you, like, you know, right? It's like, if I'm going to connect with someone, I'm going to do it this way, right? And so it's awkward for me to look in the camera and try to feel connected to you because you're here, right? And I want to look at you. And so, but there's a point here.
Okay.
That in some of these interviews, Rob Reiner puts up his leg
Like that. Okay.
He's on a couch, but he puts his leg up to like shield himself from Nick.
Not his leg. Puts up his leg. Hey, Christina Mack. Christina Mack is in the chat. Says, Jolene, before you love or before your live ends, see if the most recent TikTok I just posted is processed. I may have included your beautiful face. We'll have to take a look at that. We still have to go over. Christina put out another video with a recording of Lauren that we definitely, I think we'll take a look at that tomorrow, because I do have to wrap it up soon, because my husband Chell and I are going to get our mani-pedis, because a girl has been missing a nail. I've been missing this nail. I don't know if it's been missing me, but I've been missing it for a while. And I need a replacement. But yes, everyone go follow Christina Mack. Drop your tiki-taki there in the, if you can. I'll do it. What am I doing? I'm being so lazy. Like, drop your ticket. She's probably like, I can't drop links in your chat, lady. I'll drop it. Oh, Jesus. Right when I open TikTok, people are screaming at me. Why are they screaming? Why are you screaming at me? I am not screaming at you. Did you guys hear that? I don't know if you guys could hear that. But, oh my gosh. That scared me. Okay. Is it under the objection, Your Honor? Okay. Ah, there I am. Oh, Christina, you little sweetie. You wipe the CD. I hope one day you get justice for all of the bullshit these people put you through and all the way they slandered and defamed you. I really do. Okay, so here is Christina's tiki-taki. And also, is that your same, Christina? I don't know if, do I sub to you yet on YouTube? Because I think I saw Jay today. Not Jay today. That was a whole other crazy community. Jay is for Justice post you on YouTube. So I was like, oh my God, I gotta be following Christina on YouTube. So it's probably just under your, let me pull it up here, your YouTube channel. Okay. So let me get in here. All right. Thank you for your patience. You guys smash that like. Say hi to Christina and Janice Ballet Flats. And if Dental Lori's in here, a crossbody Sarah. I think I saw Dolly in here. Hi, Dolly. We're excited for tomorrow with Lori Hellis. Again, excited utterance tomorrow. I put a link in my description. They are going to be talking to none other than the Lori Hellis. You guys. So we all have to be there to support them. Thank you. We're already at 755 likes. That's amazing. Thank you to you beautiful pumpkin spice babies. Okay, let me find Christina back in my chat here. All right, Christina, can you comment again so I can make sure I'm subbed to you? So I put your tiki-taki, objection, Your Honor. So go show Christina all the love over on the tiki-taki. And yeah, Christina, if you could drop another comment. Oh, Crush is here. Hi, Crusha. Under Crusha. Do. All right. So I can find your channel again. So I can just click on you. Maybe if I just search your name. Sorry, you guys. I'm like, duh. I'm searching. Okay. Let me just look here. Maybe I can pull it up myself so I can drop Christina's YouTube as well. And I'll put it in the description of this video so you can find her. Christina. When I search your name, I've never searched Christina's name on YouTube. A lot of stuff pops up. Imagine this woman. She didn't have like a platform before this. And now, ugh. But luckily, there's so many of us that saw through the bullshit. And we see that Lauren, because Lauren is a liar. Lauren is a liar. Okay. All right, I'll find it. I don't want to keep you guys. I'm sitting here. I got all these screens. I'm like, what screen am I on? Where am I? There you are, Christina. Okay, but you have a channel too, right? Okay, let me pin your message. Just so I remember. But it is on TikTok. But do you post the shorts on YouTube as well? Because you should definitely do that. Definitely. Okay. All right. Not thank heathens. You saw this BS. Yes, it's such BS. I want justice for Christina. Whatever that looks like, whatever Christina decides that looks like, if anything, I want that for you. If that's what you want for yourself, I want that for you. And I also secretly just like, even if you don't want that for yourself, I want that for you. Okay. Let's see. Miss Chaos, thank you for gifting a membership to the channel. That's the wrong sound effect. You got the Titanic fail. And you deserved the super chat. 1. But you got a 2 for 1. Tortoise Interference, thank you for the $4.99. Says, hello, darling. I'm just popping in to say John is a toad and an imbecile. XOXO. Thank you so much. Agreed. Blue Jay, thank you for the $2.79. Says John's zip only hides 7 of his 10 chins. You know, that is kind of, whenever I wear a higher shirt, I'm always hoping to like, oh, maybe I can. But I feel like it just pushes my chins forward more. Where I'm like, hello, girls. You ready to party? So as much as you try to hide what, you know, you might think are imperfections, it comes up. So yes, let's do that. Let's get Christina Mack to 1,000 subs. That would be amazing. Let's get her there. She deserves justice. All the women deserve justice. I mean, Christina, because they literally were putting a case on her and wanting her to go to jail. And really, I mean, huh? For what? Well, we know for what. For Lauren not to have accountability. But yes, let's get her to 1K. Yes. Preach peace, please. Says, babes, why do we have 100K or 100K? God, I wish. This is my John Freudian. So we have 100K watching, Lauren and John. Okay. And only 800 likes. Why do we have 1K watching and only 800 likes? Hit the like. And I will block Emily Simpson. Something tells me, Ben, you already blocked Emily Simpson.
And he goes like this. There's one interview where the whole interview, he's kind of going like this and turning away from Nick.
I kind of do that too, though, because it's comfy.
But
you know what, Lauren? I do appreciate that little bit of self-awareness. You do that. You turn away from John, but I don't blame you. I would turn away. Here's how so here's what I would do if I was married to John and we had to do a podcast together. I would turn away. And then I would walk away and go, fuck you. I'm out of this marriage. I'm done. We are done. You don't talk to me like that. Okay? And I hate your sweaters and your hair. Okay? So suck it. All right? That's why I never saw. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I would turn. Goodbye. I hate you. I hate you so much right now. I hate you so much right now. Okay. That's unnecessary, Jolene. Unnecessary. But that's what I would do. I would turn away. I'll walk and I'll keep walking. Because I'd be like, these slippers are made for walking. And that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these slippers are going to walk all over your dumbass. Like that's just me. That's just me, you guys. Okay. I know the Khalees song. It's so good. I hate you so much right now. I love it. And I'd throw a little Lily Allen. Fuck you very, very much. Because we hate what you do and we hate your whole crew. So please don't stay in touch. Get a little bit of that. And now they're both like, John, Are you this like self-absorbed that you didn't even notice that your wife is turning away from you regularly and giving you the death stare? And you're not even on the Death Star?
There's a difference between doing this and going like this, right?
Okay.
No. Lauren does that.
Okay. Huh. So you're watching.
He even corrects her when she's like, I do that. He's like, no, you don't. She can't even say what her body does without this man going, no, your body do this. She's like, I think my body does this. He goes, no, do this. It do this.
You're despicable.
Bro, you need so much help. How the fudge do you consider yourself a psychologist?
The patriarchy.
Like the full.
I'm watching the
connection.
Psychologists call this process. So when
me and my buddies call this process.
When I work with my students, what I don't do.
When I work with my students, what I don't do is look like I'm about to box them like I do when I talk to my wife. What the fuck? She's like, oh, here we go. Another story about your students. Oh, your volunteer time. Okay. And the students are like, we don't need any help. Spoiler alert. They're all like running off campus. And he's like, wait, I'm here to help you. No, I told you no. No means no. No. Wait. I want to help you with your, no, I'm going to drop out. I'm leaving the country. Leave me alone. Stranger danger. And then the pepper spray comes.
Well, I do it.
Allegedly, John. Allegedly.
I take it back. What I do some of the time is I listen to what we call content, which is, in other words, what content is the subject of what people are discussing.
Mm-hmm.
Where
my stomach showed. Sorry. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. I can't do this, John. You have to stop. How are you going to explain to people watching content what content is? I'm done. I'm done. Goodbye. Goodbye, my on orbit. Hello, my
content is the topic of schizophrenia or mental illness, right? But process is what goes on between us.
Yeah.
Process is the nonverbals and the unspoken elements of what's occurring in the room.
Yeah.
So process in many ways is more telling. And this, by the way, is not body language. It's different. Process is more direct. That like body language is more speculative than process. Process is based on evidence. So if I'm trying to connect with you, and I'm shying away from you, and I'm doing that.
It's uncomfortable. I'm already like, get back. I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
Come back. Yeah.
Then I'm going to notice in that process that
Okay. That's been good for I think we're good for today. I think we're good for today. We'll reconvene tomorrow. We got to go over Christina's videos. We got to finish up this mess. I think we're good. I've showed you guys my deep belly button. It's been a time. Okay, I've crawled on the floor. I've broken up with Dr. Jan. I think we destroyed the patriarchy today.
The patriarchy.
I feel good about it. I feel good about it. All right, you guys. Shout out to all of you for being here. All right. I appreciate each and every one of you. Beautiful pumpkin spice babies. You're lovely. You're wonderful. Miss Long is back. Miss Long, you are too good to us. Miss Long just gifted 50 memberships to the channel. Thank you so much, Miss Long. Congratulations to everyone who got a free membership. Put your hearts in the chat for Miss Long. That is amazing. Yeah, enough of Dr. John. Agreed, you guys. We're tired. Miss Long is amazing. Whenever Mrs. Long comes in, people are getting gifted. Like, that's very nice of you. Very generous. Thank you so much. Yay! Kathy says, I got a gifted membership. We had so many generous people gifting memberships today. Thank you so much to all of you. You're all amazing. I love it. Love to see it. All right. We'll reconvene tomorrow. Same bat time, around the same bat time, same bat channel. Okay, same batty channel. To talk more about that Belland and his wife, amongst other things. All right. We got to get back into Laura Owens. You guys got to let me know if you want me to roast Erica Kirk stuff. So sound off in the comments. So good to be here with you guys today. I got to go, but always remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.
If you like what you see.